Good day, this is Thumbs United. I'm streaming video projects for Photations and LCD Productions. I'm working on the Sleeping Spring series. This is a series of photographs and videos that is really there to just kind of show the transition period between spring, early spring, and late spring. So kind of before all the plant life really begins to come alive. This video project is a mixture of 4K video and animated photography slideshows, which I just call Photations. And so here we go. I'm going to start editing. Last night I cut down the video clips to what I want, and I arranged the photos to the amount of time I want the animations to be. But now I'm gonna actually match each location with the place the video was taken. So it's really an organization day. So here we go. These are all the same location. Okay. Don't want to do that. I'm going to give myself some space to work. Just move all these down a lot. I had a rough morning, well, it was like a rough night. I kept waking up and it's just like, is it time to get out? Is it time to get out? And I don't know why my body was doing it, but I wanted to wait for some reason. I wanted to wake up kind of just early. It was like 4 or 5 in the morning. My body was like, okay, that's it. It's time to get up. But so then I kept going back to sleep, and it was just tiring. So then I woke up and I was more tired than ever. Half of me was like, maybe I shouldn't have gone back to sleep. I should have just got up at 4 in the morning and stayed up. But that's not, I mean, that wouldn't have been good for my sleep schedule. I was extremely tired last night. I thought I would stream till like 12 or 1 in the morning, but that didn't happen. Okay. I think I have a video clip that can go between these two. Kind of a scene change. Okay, so these ones will go over here. And then, yeah, I was just super tired. I started streaming at about 10 and very quickly found out I wasn't going to make it. And, let me put on some background music. And, yeah, I was just so tired. I don't know what caused it, because I've been staying up later. I've been going to bed around 1 or 2. So to be so tired at 11 was really weird. Okay, so I'm going to do something new. Usually I like to have the video before the photographs for each section. So like if you can see here, this is taking pictures of the bridge. And they're all the same bridge, it's just different kind of angles. And then, oh, you know what? This one can go after. But then this section is actually, it's under the bridge. So normally I'd have the video before that. But I think going from these photographs, you can really transitions nicely to under the bridge. And so then this is the video of under the bridge. There it is. And then I can put this one right here, because we've already seen under the bridge, so we kind of know that that's right there, that photo, that's of that. So I think that goes nicely together. Now I'll check out this video. I don't think I have any photographs from here. So I think I'll group these videos together. And now we'll look. Oh, okay. So I do have some photographs. My mistake. Here we go. So these photographs will go that one. That's not what I meant to do. That one will go there. And then that one. Yeah, these three will. They're going to go in a different order though. I'm going to go. This order. And like there. Let's see what this second video is. Yeah, I think it's better. Doesn't really fit here. I kind of like to keep those two videos together. And here we go. The last time I was editing this, I was editing it for Kersley Park, which is also in Flint, Michigan. And it went very quickly at the beginning. But then towards the end, I don't know if I was starting to get fatigued or what, but it really started to slow down. Like it took me maybe an hour to get about maybe an hour to get 3/4, well, yeah, 3/4 done. And it was and then for the last quarter of working on that other project, it took like an extra maybe hour and a half. I mean, just kind of because I was getting tired and I didn't really know where to put everything, because like 75% of the project, it all fit together, and so then it was like, where do I fit the rest of this stuff? And so I'm grouping all the different parts of the park together. And so now it's alternating between two different parks. And I just want to make sure I get all the photos. The other one's like the amphitheater park. And so they're across the river from each other. And so the first set of photographs was a collection of photographs just from the amphitheater park while I was in there. And then I started taking photographs of the same park, the amphitheater park. Yeah, that's all of them. I started taking it from the other side of the river, so that's why they're mixed in with the other parks. So we're gonna take these over here, and then combine them with the videos that they go with. So these all go together. And put them there. I don't know if I like... Okay, so this video is going over here. Just because this photo kind of stands out. Like you can tell that it's a photo of over here, but it's not really... I mean, it just looks different because you can actually see it's farther back, because there's the sign and here's the sign here, so it's a little jarring. And I kind of wanted to have a video transition, but You know what, it makes more sense if the video goes after it. Even though I don't want that. So then here you can see that I'm going to the park. And now I'm in the park. Okay, what's this video? Let's see. I can maybe sprinkle that in. Yeah, so I have this. And then these two go over here. And then that video kind of shows that area. And then ta-da. But I want that photograph to go with the others. And so there we go. And then I've got the rocks and the rock video here. And there you go. So we have the rocks combined together. And then we have the river, that's the Flint River. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I guess I can. Well, I'm going to put that video somewhere else. So I'm just going to set it aside. Okay, yeah, so this is what I want. I'm going to have them. I'm going to finish up with this park, this amphitheater park. And then, I mean, that's essentially going there. But I have to double check. This is the park. And it's the park from two different angles. This is the park from taking the photos from inside the park. And then these set of photos is from taking it from across the river. So here we go. That goes there. I knew I was going to do that. Okay. And now we're going to, it's kind of like foreshadowing a little bit. We're going to show going to the river and getting some photos of the river and everything. Okay, I think these are all the photographs from that same angle. So let's make sure they match. And we're gonna go on through. So this, all that's a different park. And that's that one doesn't really go. So we're going to set it aside to see if there's a better place for it. So here's the Flint River. the pillar, the park, and I guess that can go, yeah, that, so that was just kind of out of order. That can go there. Put that with these, that goes there. And make sure the sequence is good. There we go. Looks good. Make sure to save. And so that's, we're above the park now, which is why I saved these photographs. And again, these are all taken from kind of from the same angle, like kind of above, over the bridge, over the park. And I don't think they're going to have any problem matching with this video. Here's it's kind of the over angle, and I'm happy with that. And then here are the steps going into the park. It was funny because while I was there, there was a family and they were like hanging out here. I was like, that's good, because usually when I come to the park, it's usually like completely empty. Okay, so pretty much I just have one photo. One photo that goes with that video. And then this. Okay, so this. So it's essentially these two photos kind of go, they're the same angle, the same direction as that other video that was taken. Oh, and it's trying to get away. So these two will go with that. And this can go here. I just might do a double video because I don't really have photos taken from that angle. I have it taken from this angle. So we will pair them together. Now I'm running out of space here. So all those. And here we go. Okay, and then this is a video of the ducks. And the ducks are like 1 pixel. They're like right there. And then And there's them close up. And then here they are. The ducks are right there. They're like 4 pixels now. And now I'm walking around in the park. Just kind of exploring. And this kind of stands out. It's not really from anything in particular. Okay, so I'm going to put this photo in between this. Kind of shows that I went down the steps. Because I'm taking a... So that goes there. And then... Here we go. I'm going to check my phone in a second. Okay, so this is all kind of the same angle. These two are at least. That one still doesn't fit in. Okay, and there it is. I thought somebody was texting me. I'm not used to my phone and the sounds that it makes. For the past year and a half, I've had my phone on Do Not Disturb, and it's an interesting feature. It doesn't quite go far enough. Like I get a lot of... Essentially, I have it set so anyone who's on my contact list, they can call me. But then... okay, so we don't really have a photo that lines up with that. And this one does. Pretty much only this one. And so anyone on my contact list can call me, but everyone else is kind of like blocked by default. And this one will go over here because it kind of stands out, but I have a similar photo of that from a different angle. And so these ones group better together. This one goes with this video. And so anyway, so I've turned off my Do Not Disturb. So now it's like everything, you know, sets my phone off, and I'm not used to that. Okay, so that's the last one. And then just gonna kind of group the obvious connection of that. And that goes with this. Because you can see that's actually right there. And there's that. So then I group this. So this is, we're almost done with the second park. yeah, we're done. And to kind of close out the park, I don't know if I want to put it at the beginning or the end. This last photo that stands out. No, I'm going to put it at the end. It fits better at the end. So that goes right there. Okay, we're about halfway. It's moving fast. I've only been streaming for 30 minutes. So hopefully it continues to go just as fast. And actually, I'm going to take a break for a second. And I have to go get a drink of water. So I'll let it play. While I'm gone. And it's not put together. So I'll be right back. It's gonna be like 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I have an errand to run later today, so I was checking to make sure it was still happening. Okay, so let's get back to this. We're about halfway done. And then after I finish, I guess I have to do the alignment. And then that will be it for this stream. I don't think I have to move it over again. Okay. So we got the people over there. We don't really have anything good. Yeah, okay. So we just I had that video. I had a strange dream. Again, I talked about this last night and about my dreams that loop. Just over and over, same thing. And it's funny, I was with this friend and we were at some kind of like hotel or something. And it was funny because I walked into my room and there's Bryan Cranston, the guy who played Walter White, and he's like showing me around the room and he's like, these are all the things you can do in this hotel, blah 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 blah. I was like, thank you. It's just so funny because like seeing him in real life, I mean not real life, but him not acting as Walter White, it's hilarious because he seems like the calmest, coolest person. And that's just seeing him in interviews and everything. But he was kind of that way in my dream as well. So I'm going to put these videos out of order. Yeah, we're going to figure out which. So that goes there. This one can go here. And then this photograph goes with that. Kind of. I mean, it's kind of a stretch. There's the building. And then there's kind of the zoom in shot. And then kind of my favorite lens is the 28 to 135 millimeter Canon lens. Because it can be wide, but it also has a pretty good zoom. So I usually take that one when I'm traveling, because it's like it does everything. It's a good telephoto and it's a good semi-wide. The camera that I use, it takes 35 millimeter lenses, but it's a cropped sensor. So that means it with every lens, every 35 millimeter lens, it zooms it in a little bit because the sensor is smaller. And the reason why they do that is the sensor is one of the most expensive parts of the camera. And if it's smaller, you can get kind of a cheaper camera without too much loss of quality. It's zoomed in more. And so the crop factor is 1.7. So the 28 millimeters is really like, if it was an actual 35 millimeter sensor, it would be around close to like 50 millimeters, which is still considered a telephoto, but okay. So so this one kind of stands out, and that's not going in. So it's these two. So this one will go first because it's of that building. I'm going to show you guys the building. So that building is this building. And then this is kind of the dedication to the Krim. And those all on the same line. Okay. And here we go. So that one. That one goes there, and then this is. Yeah, this is the kind of the monument one. So the wide will introduce the shop, and then I have these photographs go here. And actually, while I was filming this and taking photos, it started snowing. It was like, oh my goodness. Okay, and so this video can go here, and this goes with it. This is kind of, well, it is that way, but this pole is blocking it. And so it's actually, that's what's behind the pole. Okay, so I'm going to have to move this over. Okie dokie. Oh, but anyway, so I was saying, in my dream, I got to the hotel, and then my friend was in the other room, and then we went down for like breakfast, and we could order like whatever we wanted. So I ordered like this chocolate fondue dip thing, and I mean it came out and it was like great. But then my friend, she ordered this same kind of thing. It was like this fondue, but you could pick what kind of, like, it was like sweet sauce or something. And so she picked this white chocolate, and it was something else. And I was like, why would you pick that? Like, I have no idea why you pick white chocolate. It did make sense because this person really likes dark chocolate. So, how can it be like heresy? I think this is a repeat text message. Let's see, I'm getting the spam text messages. It said I made it to 5th place. I can get a pair of Beats headphones. Absolutely hate Beats headphones. I don't understand. I mean, they sound horrible. And they're mid-range and their bass is like not very good. So I don't really have anything from here. So that will be all grouped together. That one. This one. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything. Okay, so that's there. Not sure what I'm gonna do. Because there's the sign. I think we'll do this one. So then that's kind of the sign saying what building it is. And there's it zoomed out. Oh, this is the Mad Hatter. So that's what the other sign is. So that will go over here. Make sure I don't have. I don't think I do. I guess you can see the Churchill sign there, so I'll put that in. That's these two. So that will go. That will go here, I believe. Yeah, because you can see it there, so it's kind of a stretch. And that will go there. And that's for the Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter. It doesn't even say that. Oh yeah, it does. And that one goes to, because you can kind of see it you can definitely see it. There's the lamppost, and there's the lamppost again, and then there's the center lamppost. And I don't think I have any video for this. Oh, you could consider that it. But I'm going to put this. It is out of place, but I don't really have any video from that section. So then we'll just do this and move on. And this is all of the same building. Still right there. Accidentally moved the clip. Okay. And that goes there. And these are the paintings. And we're going to group all the paintings together. Just like that. And let's see. Yeah, okay. So this is looking down the street. It's kind of off the main street. So I'm going to do it out the photographs out of order. So I'm going to put So that's going to go like that. Because you can see that's over there. And you can see that building. You know what? I don't like that. I'm going to do it this way. So there's looking into the parking lot. Here's zoomed into the parking lot. And then there's that building. There's this one. Or this is actually the other building. That's this building. And then this is on the same side of the street I'm on. Okay. And then now we're back on the main street. And this is all kind of the Art Deco of that building. Whoa, getting crazy. Crazy with the editing. So there's that building. And then this is the close up. And then this is cool. This used to be a pizza place, but they closed down like really abruptly. And like they were always busy, so I don't know why. I think the whole company went out of business. Like the whole franchise. But the artist kind of made this. It's like all the iconic places in Michigan. And there's the full thing. So we will go. And again, we're going to do this one out of order. There's the video, the close-up. And then I'm going to do the far away. Like this one these photographs I'm standing right next to it. And this one is the same thing but from across the street. There it is. And then here is kind of the different close-ups of everything. Yeah, we're getting really close to the end. This has gone exponentially faster than that other project. So we only have one photo of this building. The row. There we go. I think we only have one photo. Okay, so then the construction. That goes here. Then I had another dream and it was just, I don't know, it had to do with like managing websites, and then there was like some statistic thing that I was in charge of, and I had to figure out which company I wanted to go to that was going to be like in charge of the analytics and everything. So I was comparing the Google Analytics to something else, and then something from Adobe, and I was like, and then for some reason for the Adobe one I had to like give way too much personal information. Like they wanted to know my health, blah blah blah, and I was like, why? I just wanted to use this service. Why do you need all my like medical records? So that part was weird. So I don't think I have. Okay, so these two videos go together because I have nothing. This is one side of the street, and then this theater is on the other side. It's down the street a little bit, but I don't have any photographs from this area. Okay. There's the Capitol Theater. then it looks like these are the two the same churches, but they're not. They're on opposite ends of the road. They're two different ones. So group these, and then that one's a different one. The architecture is very similar, but okay, so we're reaching the end of the city walk. The cityscape journey is coming to an end. So this is the second church, but this is actually a photo of the one on the other side. So that's going. That's going back over here. Let's go with these church ones. And then it's not going to be an hour. This video project's not going to be an hour and a half. I still have to combine the footage for the final alignment. Okay, so there's that building. Ooh, where should that go? That should actually go. That should go right here. Or should it go before it? No, it should go after. Okay. If I was closer to that church, you can see it right there. That's the church I'm taking a picture of. That's the first one I go past. And okay, so now I'm not sure. I think these ones will go with this. And then I'm gonna scoot these all down, since that's kind of showing the back area. Looking back from where I've come from, I will go, these ones will go, because that's looking back. Just these two. Okay, so we're really close to being done. And then this is the last mural I take a photo of. These are just close-ups. We have, it's the Werner soda. You can pretty much only get it. I think you can only get it in Michigan. They don't have it anywhere else. Okay. So that was it. I can add one more image. This is the Patreon money. Make it same size. Give it the transform. Okay, so now we have everything arranged where we want it to be. And so if we left it like this, it'd be an hour and 40 minutes. But now we're going to take out all the space between them and get kind of the final alignment. And then after that, I'm going to animate the slides. So this part, that goes here. And this part goes pretty quickly. You just overlap them a little bit. And then I recorded a whole bunch of sound files. I took my sound recorder, and it's a test cam, and it has the two microphones on top, so it records in stereo. It's kind of, they're pointing in the opposite direction, so it's trying to be binaural, and it is a little bit, but it's not like an exaggerated binaural effect. But I just looked at the waveforms and they looked okay. But I recorded in several different places the audio. And so hopefully they turned out well. Unfortunately, there's this one guy who was he was homeless, and he was really asking everyone that went past him for help. And it was dreadful, because it was like, I wanted to give him cash, but I didn't have anything on me. I usually don't have cash on me anymore, because I don't go out that often, but I should. But he was going up to cars that were going past. I think there was a prom thing happening. So he was going up to all the prom kids and asking them for money. But you could tell the guy. This wasn't like a person who was like fake homeless. He looked bad off. His face was sunken. His eyes were like really yellow and everything. It's just like, you need help. And the bad part is that they kind of, in downtown Flint, they made it illegal to ask for money. So now, like, he can get arrested and stuff. Which I don't know. He shouldn't end up in jail, but definitely need more homeless shelters. Okay. I started watching Star Wars again. I have the Blu-ray pack with episodes 1 through 4. I mean 1 through 6. And I know I started watching episode 2. I liked episode 2 when it came out, but I was a lot younger. And I think I was in elementary school when it came out. And then it's just funny because I mean, like, the graphics hold up, but I remember it being like this incredible, huge city with all these buildings and everything. And then going back and watching the Blu-ray, you can kind of see like there aren't as many buildings. That's mostly just textures and everything. And it's just funny because it's like, oh, like a video game could run this in real time now. And I thought it was funny that it was just like, that was like, episode 2 was like an incredible amount of animation, and it was like, it's so ahead of its time, it's next gen graphics. And then watching it now, it's like, I mean, like I said, it kind of looked like, it could definitely be like an Xbox One game. So that was like, oh, that's kind of sad. It hasn't aged well. And Anakin's still a little bit whiny. That's kind of what ruined. I really didn't like The Force Awakens. And it kind of made me realize that like all of the Skywalkers, they're so whiny. I mean, like, everyone complains that Anakin is kind of like a whiny, kind of bratty teenager. But then, I mean, what ruined Force Awakens kind of ruined the rest of Star Wars for me, because then with Kylo Ren, I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, he just complains and has his outburst rages, and it's just like, stop complaining, dude. And then I realized, like, all the Skywalkers were kind of like that. Like, even Luke, I mean, he was working on the whatever it was, the mushroom farms. He was complaining, oh, I don't get to go to college, everyone else left around me. And then Anakin complains, oh, I want to be a Jedi Master, but nobody lets me. And then you think about it, Anakin was only 19. I mean, they don't make Jedi Masters out of 19-year-olds. And so I was just like, it's just, you realize, it's really a story about kind of adolescence and growing up and everything. And it's just like, once I saw that, I was just like, oh, I don't think I like Star Wars anymore. And then I thought Rogue One was okay. I didn't think it was that great, but I really liked The Last Jedi, because it did something a little different, but I felt like there was an actual plot. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people don't like it, so they probably won't make another film like it again. But the haters are gonna hate. Okay. And then later today, I'm doing probably right after this, I'm gonna do the what's it called? Mass Effect Let's Play. And that's gonna be the Let's Play it's not live streamed. It's recorded live to tape. But it's gonna premiere after this. It's episode 6. And so it will premiere after this, and then tonight I'll be streaming episodes 1 through 6 again. It's kind of a marathon. It's a marathon that accumulates over each week. Next week, episode 7 of the Tomb Raider Let's Play will come out. I think there's only 8 Let's Plays. So it was recorded live to tape. Some people complain about it, but it's just like, you know, it's kind of the style of Let's Play I want to do. I am going to do more live streaming though. Probably tomorrow I'll do the color grade for this. And then yeah, the edit will be locked. I'm not going to stream me making the audio for this, but just because it will be kind of painful. Okay. Okay, I have to go to the restroom. So I'll be right back. You guys can watch the clips. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So we'll get back to, we're about halfway. Well, actually a third. Let's see. I'm starting to get a headache. I don't know what it's from. Okay. Yes. There you go. Line it. And then yeah, next week. I mean, not next week. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a live stream in the morning, and I'll be doing the color grades for this project. I don't have to do the coloring for the photographs. That's these. The purple's the photographs. I already did that in Lightroom, so they're set. I have to do the color grade for the video though. That I do in the video editor. Like this. That's straight from the camera. There's no color correction, and it needs some. And usually what I do is I just edit the curves. And so that what that does is it changes the tone of the darks and the brights. Darks and the brights. And so it either makes like the bright things kind of overexposed or underexposed, or it adds like more definition to things that are in the dark, or it can take away definitions of the things in the dark. So it's a process where you can make certain parts of the image higher contrast or lower contrast, or you can make like just dark things like low contrast and then the bright things high contrast, or you can do the opposite where you can make everything that's dark high contrast, and then everything that's bright you can make low contrast. So it's a way you can manipulate the image without doing it globally. So instead of like, if you just made a setting for brightness and contrast, it would just set the whole image. With the curves, you really get to control what parts you want to be bright or not bright. I'm just gonna show a look. So what else? I told you guys about my dream. Well, I can talk about this kind of spring break. You know, I don't know. I didn't really like spring break. I mean, it was fine, but I would have liked no spring break and then finish class a week early. I was like so happy. I talked about on the other stream that I only had like 3 more classes to go, but I checked the schedule and nope. I have 4 more classes until it's the end of the winter semester. So I'm like, oh, this is dreadful. Because I thought for sure that this week was like, I had 3 classes this week, but it's like, nope, I still have 4 more to go. So after this week, I'll have 3, and then, but I was like getting really excited. so far for these classes, I've made it to all of them, all the classes, and in the beginning of the class, there was like 7 or 8 people, and there was supposed to be like 15 people in the class, and for the first like 3 or 4 weeks, it was only the first 7, and so the teacher had to change the syllabus, and he was like, if you don't show up in class, you don't get credit. If you don't do the in-class programming assignments, you don't get credit for being there. So then after that, then everyone started showing up. But I mean, it's funny because they were just doing it probably because they didn't want to show up for class. They thought they could just do the homework and kind of do it like an online class. And to be fair, the class scheduling was horrible. The teacher even says it was a terrible idea. It wasn't his idea. It was the college administration came up with this idea for the class. They always do something stupid for advanced C++. This is the second time I'm taking it. The first time there was like this really bad teacher, and so what that teacher did was they had the class. It was both an online class and it's called a hybrid. That was the stupidest thing ever, because it was you had 2 weeks where you did all your homework assignments online, and then on the 3rd week you had to come into class and essentially do a group project. It was just like, what? Just make it all online. I mean, this teacher was obsessed with group projects. It was just like, and other teachers complained about her. And they were like, I don't know why. The teacher that taught it before, did tons of group projects, but then also, like every class, you had to give a presentation in public speaking. And so a lot of the teachers were complaining because they hear from other students. They're like, why would you have a programming class with public speaking? And you might be thinking, oh, that's a good idea, get you ready for business and everything. But the college has a separate class that's for programming and technology majors. That is, the entire class is dedicated to public speaking in the field of technology. So we already have a class to do that. And so instead of learning C++, most of the class is dedicated just to giving reports. It's like, and so it was funny because Sunday, I was thinking about it, and it's just like, this C++ class, it's a little bit painful. It's painful in the schedule where it only meets once a week, and it's for 4 hours. So it's from 9 to 1 p.m. So I've learned that you can't skip breakfast on that day, because then you'll be starving. But so it's really only the schedule that's painful. It's not so much the class, but the other teacher, it was painful. The class was mainly online, and so you get your homework assignments from this website called Blackboard, and then you go and you do your homework, and then the work would be divided into weeks, which would make sense. Like, you're in week 2, and then you think, okay, you'll get your homework for everything you had to do in week 2. No. She would put things that were due in week 2, she would have them in week 1, and then when you're in week 5, the homework assignments. What? I'm done? The homework assignments would be in like week 3, and so it's really difficult to figure out when everything was due. And then as the class went on, she would email everyone and like, oh, new homework assignment, and she'd do it like 2 days before class, and it's just like, that was terrible. And at the time, I didn't have an internet connection, so it was just, it was painful. So I just ended up dropping the class because, I mean, in reality, the teacher was so disorganized. It was really difficult to get anything done. Okay, so this is the project. And I wasn't that far off. I said it's going to be 1 hour and 10 minutes. And it's about 1 hour and 7 minutes. It's pretty close to what I was hoping for. And so we're going to end the stream pretty soon. Right after this, I'm going to start the premiere of episode 6. Episode 6 of the Mass Effect Let's Play. So thanks for tuning in, and that premiere will get started. And okay, bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to do animation tomorrow, and I might do more editing, medium format film. So, see you later.